So I think I see a lot, like everybody's struggling right now with feeding. I was just actually just at an open house for my son for school, and this was like literally every parent when they were asking about questions, they asked about lunch. This particular school does not provide lunch, so you have to pack your own food. But everybody's like, oh my God, but what if my child like very picky eating? Like, what if they're only eating this? What if they're only eating that? And I see this a lot like on Facebook too, in the groups. They're like, my child is so picky. So there's actually like, and I did the whole feeding therapy with my son because it was like, it could be chewing, it could be pickiness, it could be how do you get your child to eat? And this is all linked to behavior. Like, for the most part, unless your child really has like feeding difficulties with chewing and swallowing. Otherwise, it's all behavioral, like how to get your child to eat. So like that's to get back to that, you have to start working on the why. Why are they not eating?
So I didn't start out as the ultimate, child development guru. A lot of it was from my own experience. A lot of it was from when I worked with multiple children in a classroom setting. A lot of it was when I worked one-on-one in therapy. A lot of it was just watching the classrooms in the early childhood centers that we own. Feeding is a very big, big, big topic. And honestly, if they don't want it, you just substitute it. It's okay.
As long as they're
getting
fed.
they're getting their vitamins, they're getting their nutrients. They are not going to starve. If your child doesn't like apples, they like bananas, it's okay to give them bananas. Okay, they're going to get sick of the bananas. I
Eventually,
promise
yes.
you that they will eventually not want the bananas and move on to eating apples. Those apples that you're trying to stuff down them, they're going to get to it. I think children oftentimes like variety, but it has to look a certain way.
Right.
It has to smell a certain way. Since we start off feeding children by giving it to them to their fingers, it has to feel a certain way. Some children have, sensory issues, so they don't want the cheese because it feels slimy, it feels jello-y, it feels like it's a piece of Play-Doh. They don't want it. So don't give them the squishy cheese. Give them the harder cheese. Maybe they can do that. A lot of children don't like the feeling of something wet. So make sure you're drying the apple before you're giving it to them. Just watch them. Just watch them, see what they're doing. And I promise you, if they're not going to eat the soup, they're not going to starve.
Yeah. And I think like a lot of the times, I think it has to do with like the variety diet, this whole chart that we get that you have to eat this, and that. And we all tend to focus so much on that, on the nutrient portion. Like, okay, this is how much carbs you could have, this is how much calories you could consume. And like a lot of the time when you go to back to your pediatrician, they're like, well, what fruits and vegetables is your child eating? If you think about it, like when you were a kid, like I remember like I wanted like, I don't know, dumplings for like a week straight. That's all I wanted to eat. And it was like acceptable back then. Now it's like, oh my God, if your child is not drinking milk every day, something is wrong with them.
Yeah, but they're still getting the dairy.
Right.
Because they can be eating yogurt. They can be putting sour cream on their, whatever, pancakes.
Or dumplings.
They can be eating cheese.
Yeah.
So it's not all about milk. Milk is just one component of dairy.
Right.
Just if you substitute it, and a lot of parents today, they don't even want the milk.
Yeah.
They want the substitutes anyway. They want the soy, they want the almond.
That's true.